Hello students, now we will be dealing with the economic environment in India. Okay. So, this is a part of the LPG section and this is the preview of LPG section, like why we went ahead with LPG. Okay. So, this part explains why we went ahead with LPG, fine. So, the economic environment in India consists of various micro and macro level factors, right. So, the micro level factors are the factors that are within the reach of the business. Okay. Consider if this is a business and there are various factors that affect this business. Okay. So, the micro level factors are those factors which affect this business which are within the premise of this business or very much near to this business. Okay. Example, the factors that are within the business, the employees that work there, okay, they will affect this business in a certain way. Okay. So, that can be called as a micro level factor, or when this business interacts with the customers, they have some level of hold over the customers using their products. So, this can be called as a micro level, okay, micro level of micro factors that affect the business. Then we will come to the macro level factors. Okay. Recently we had a pandemic wherein COVID was the pandemic and the government applied lockdown regulations. Okay. So, all the businesses across the country had to close down for a period of 21 days or longer also. Okay. So, this is not within the premise of the business. These are the external factors or the larger factors that affect this business. Okay. So, the factors or the policies which are taken by the government or the actions that are taken by the government or the laws that are formed by the government which indirectly affect the business are called as macro level factors. Okay. So, the important things to consider here are micro and macro level factors. Next we will go to the economic structure in the form of mixed economy which recognizes the role of both public and private sectors. Okay. These include, which means that the micro and macro level factors include the economic structure in the form of mixed economy which recognizes the role of both public and private sectors. Okay. So, there are various different kinds of economic structures in the world. Okay. Ours is a mixed economy. India is a mixed economy, but there are other 2-3 different kinds of economic structures also which I will be explaining later on. Okay. But the important point here is the economic structure in the form of mixed economy which recognizes the role of both public and private sectors. Now, what is public and private sectors? The industries that are considered as a part of the government, okay, is called as public sector. Okay. Public sector means the industries that come under the government which are controlled by the government are called as public sector, and the private sector industries are those industries which are majorly considered by the citizens or the business people other than the government. Okay. Got the difference between public and private sectors? Fine. So, now we will move on to the different economic structures. But before going to LPG, I want to explain to you about mixed economy. Okay. For this mixed economy, you need to know 2 other different kinds of economies, which is socialistic economy and capitalistic economy. Fine. So, now we will start with the socialistic economy. Okay. Here in socialistic economy, all the industries are controlled by the specific government. Okay. Specific government, and the wealth creation means the profits that come from all of these industries is called as wealth creation. Okay. So, the wealth creation is done by the people of that country. Okay. People of the country create the wealth for the government, and the government in turn distributes this wealth among the people. Okay. So, people in that country which is socialistic in nature does not have any sort of control over the industries. Okay, all the industries, all the businesses are controlled by the government. People work for the government and create wealth. This wealth is in turn given to the people or distributed to the people. This is called as socialistic type of environment. Next we have something called as capitalistic form of environment, wherein government has the least amount of control. Okay, here in socialistic government has the full control, but in capitalistic the government has least amount of control over the businesses. The businesses are controlled totally by the people. Okay, and whatever wealth they create is for themselves. They just pay taxes to the government, okay, which is the least. Fine. So in capitalistic structure the government has the least amount of control over the businesses, where people take over the business. This is called as capitalistic. But the only thing here is, here the distribution of wealth is equal, which means in socialistic environment or the socialistic economy the distribution of wealth is equal, but in capitalistic it is unequal. Fine. One best example of socialistic is China. Okay, and people work for the government, government takes the wealth and distributes it to the people. Okay, but the example for capitalistic can be US, okay, United States, wherein the industries that are controlled by the United States is the least, okay, and people create their own wealth. Fine. So there are some advantages and disadvantages to both of these type of economies. Here there might be equality of wealth, here there might be inequality of wealth, but it is all government controlled here, okay, and here the government has the least control, but this has more growth compared to the socialistic structure. Hence what India did is, they came with mixed type of economy, wherein it had features both of socialistic as well as capitalistic type of economies. Okay. How? See, in India some of the businesses are controlled by the government and some of them are controlled by the people. Okay. So hence India is called as a mixed economy. So the next point is economic policies of the government, including industrial, monetary and fiscal policies. Okay. So some of the factors which affect the economic environment in India are the industrial policies, okay, the laws, the procedures, the processes that the industries has to go through has been defined by the government of India, okay, and hence these industrial policies also affect the business. Then there is something called as monetary policy. These are actually derived by the RBI in conjunction with the government of India. Okay. So the monetary policy, okay, let me give you an example. So in a few years back we had something called as demonetization, which states that the highest value currency, which is 1,500 at that time, did not have any value from then on. This is called as demonetization, which was brought into effect by RBI and Government of India, okay, and which and these policies, these kind of monetary policies such as demonetization directly affect the business, and hence this is also considered as one of the factors which affects the economic environment. Then we have fiscal policies. Fiscal policies are tax policies such as GST, etc., etc. Okay. These also affect the businesses. Then we have economic planning, including 5-year plans, annual budgets and so on. 5-year plans, you know, okay. These plans have a budget and these are spread across 5-year plan. okay, across a period of 5 years, and hence these are called as 5-year plans. And annual budgets, we all know about annual budget, okay. Up till 1991, from the time we got independence, that is from 47 to 1991, the economic growth of India was very, very low, and hence in 1991 PV Narasimha Rao as well as Manmohan Singh came up with something called as LPG.